Hi, my name is Caleb Robinson. Welcome to my presentation on the Australian Constitution. The Australian Constitution is a foundational document that shapes the government of our nation. In this presentation, we'll explore its historical significance, structure, key principles, and more. So let's begin our journey to understand the historical significance of Australia's Constitution. In the late 19th century, Australia was divided into 6 separate colonies: New South Wales, Victoria, Queensland, South Australia, Western Australia, and Tasmania. These colonies operated independently, each with its own government, laws, and trade regulations. The need for unification became obvious as common interests like defence and trade emerged, leading to discussions about unity. However, achieving unity was challenging due to tensions and concerns about losing local autonomy. Despite these obstacles, the vision of a united Australia continued, finalised in the drafting and adoption of the Australian Constitution. In 1901, a significant milestone in Australian history was reached when Australia officially became a federation of states. Federation meaning each state of Australia all looking up to one central government. This momentous event marked the conclusion of years of discussion and negotiation among the 6 Australian colonies. The process of federation involved extensive deliberations, the drafting of the Australian Constitution, and a series of referendums. It ultimately resulted in the creation of the Commonwealth of Australia on January 1, 1901, with its own federal government responsible for national affairs. This historical development reshaped the political landscape and established a unified nation. The Australian Constitution is built upon several key principles that form the foundation of our nation's governance. These principles include federalism, democracy, and the rule of law. Federalism is the division of powers between the federal government and the state government. It delineates their respective responsibilities and ensures a balance of authority. Democracy. The Australian Constitution enshrines democratic principles, ensuring that government representatives are elected by the people. It upholds the right to vote, allowing citizens to have their say in governance. Finally, the rule of law. The principle of the rule of law is fundamental to our Constitution. It means that no one is above the law, and all individuals and institutions are subject to legal principles and due process. This ensures fairness and justice in our society. Australia's government is structured into 3 branches: the executive, the legislative, and the judiciary. The executive is a branch that's responsible for implementing and administering laws. It includes the Prime Minister and the Cabinet, who are the leaders and decision makers in this federal government. They oversee government departments and agencies. The Australian Parliament is the legislative branch, consisting of 2 houses, the House of Representatives and the Senate. The House debate and pass laws. Members of the Parliament, or MPs, and Senators represent the people and their interests. The third branch is the judiciary, which interprets and applies the law. The High Court of Australia is the highest court and plays a pivotal role in interpreting the Constitution, ensuring its adherence and resolving legal disputes. The Australian Constitution defines a clear division of powers between the federal government and the state governments. This division is fundamental to our federal system of governance. The federal government, based in Canberra, holds powers granted to it by the Constitution, which include matters of national significance such as defence, immigration, and foreign affairs. These are known as enumerated powers. On the other hand, the state governments located in each of the 6 states have powers over areas that are not specifically listed in the Constitution. These are referred to as residual powers and include areas like education, health, and transportation. This division ensures that there is separation of responsibilities between the federal and state governments, allowing for a branch of authority in our nation. Amending the Australian Constitution is a complex process designed to ensure that changes are carefully considered and aligned with the nation's best interests. The process involves several steps. Proposal. An amendment can be proposed by the Australian Parliament through a bill passed by an absolute majority in both houses, the House of Representatives and the House of the Senate. Alternatively, a constitutional convention can be called to draft a proposed amendment. Referendum. Once a proposal is made, it must be approved by the Australian people through a national referendum. For an amendment to pass, it requires a double majority, a majority of votes nationally and a majority of votes in most states, at least 4 out of 6. Governor-General's assent. If a proposal amendment passes the referendum, it then requires the formal assent of the Governor-General. Amending the Constitution is intentionally challenging to ensure that it reflects the broad consensus of the Australian people. Since its adoption in 1901, the Constitution has been amended only a relatively small number of times, highlighting the significance of any change. In conclusion, our journey through the Australian Constitution has revealed its profound significance in shaping the nation's governance, from its historical roots and the challenges of federation to its key principles, division of powers, and the intricacies of amendment. The Constitution stands as a testament to our commitment and democracy and the rule of law. It's essential to recognise that the Constitution is not a static document, but one that has evolved and adapted to changing times. As demonstrated by the ongoing interpretations and challenges it faces, it remains a living document reflecting our collective values and aspirations. As we navigate the complexities of our modern world, the Australian Constitution continues to provide framework for our democracy, ensuring the protection of our rights and the balance of power among the various branches of government. It is a testament to the enduring strength of our nation and to the principle of people that unite us.